song Titanic, a heartfelt story. It was the evening of April 14, 1912. The mighty Titanic, known as the unsinkable ship, was gliding like a floating palace across the cold, silent waters of the North Atlantic Ocean. The grand dining halls were alive with laughter, music, and the clinking of glasses. Passengers, rich and poor, young and old, were dreaming of a new life in America, unaware that their journey was about to meet a terrible fate. As the clock ticked toward midnight, the stars twinkled in the dark sky, and the sea seemed calm. But deep in the distance, a silent enemy waited, an iceberg, tall and unforgiving. At 11:40 p.m., the ship struck the iceberg. The collision was sharp, but many passengers barely noticed it at first. The ship's strong steel hull was wounded, and icy water began flooding the lower decks. Soon, the ship's crew realized the truth. Titanic was sinking. The news spread like wildfire. Fear and confusion took over. Lifeboats were being lowered into the freezing sea, but there weren't enough for all the people aboard. "Women and children first," shouted the officers, while brave crew members worked tirelessly, knowing they might not survive. As the ship tilted and the cold waves crept higher, the Titanic's band stood on the deck, playing soft and calming tunes, a final gift of peace in the face of doom. Parents hugged their children tightly, friends held hands, and strangers comforted one another. At 2:20 a.m. on April 15th, the unsinkable giant broke apart and vanished into the dark, icy ocean. The cries of those left behind echoed across the empty waves, but the night remained still and merciless. The ship RMS Carpathia arrived hours later and rescued the few who had survived the freezing waters. Over 1,500 lives were lost that night. The Titanic's last journey became one of the most heartbreaking and unforgettable tragedies in human history, a lesson in both human strength and vulnerability.
क्या आप इस स्क्रिप्ट